What up, girl? How are you?
For like 2 minutes.
What you expecting today, girl?
I don't know what he has in store. So.
All right. Cool. Gonna live
I'm
it.
excited.
Yep.
What up, everybody? It's Los Cut It, and you're in the cut with today's guest. But first, let me introduce you guys to my brother, Baby Horchata. What up,
Que
Baby Horchata?
onda, que onda? How's everybody doing, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. Today, we got another banger for them lows.
Definitely, I'm excited. You ready to introduce?
Yes, we have an amazing guest, man. Her name is Loriel the barber. Introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? I'm excited to be here.
What up,
Something
Lori?
new for me.
Yo, this is so last minute because I even had it on my story. I was like, sorry, guys, we ain't got no guests for today, but next week's going to be a banger. Thought of you, hit you up. You answered. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
You said you were filming downtown. What were you filming?
I was trying to do a haircut downtown. Yeah.
Where at exactly? Like outside?
Like
inside?
outside.
What?
I was trying to do a scene like that. It was really
the
hard to
beach?
find somebody. Around that area.
Okay.
Like near the fountain.
Nice.
So
How did that go?
not that good. So it's really hard.
Tell the people why. Or people want to know why. Why?
Anxiety, going up to people and just like figuring it out and like trying to find a client. I didn't have a client, so I was just trying to pretty much pull a Vic Blends and like do that. And I was like, I'm not meant for this. Like it's too much for me.
You are
Yeah.
built for this. And props to you doing that, because that takes a lot of guts. Nobody, it's hard, let alone, you know what I'm saying, being your own biggest critic on top of that, and you
Yeah.
having Chicago. This is no bird, man. You got hundreds and hundreds of people are probably looking at you all weird. So,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
still props to you for that effort. And I promise you, as you continue to keep doing that, it's going to be light work.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Didn't go that well. So
You
I
didn't get anybody?
didn't get anybody. I even had a sign, free haircut here. Yeah. And so I kind of got discouraged real quick because like people were just like looking past me. So
Yeah.
maybe another time.
It just sucks. I've done it. I've done it for Babyliss, right? When we would have to go to the mall and they would be like, hey, for this weekend show, we need 30 names and numbers. So imagine you got to go,
Yeah.
you flying the day before, not getting 30 names and numbers for a show. Dude, talking about anxiety, I hated it.
Yeah.
But you know what? You did it though, man. You know,
That's all that matters, I
That's all
guess.
that
You know, I
matters.
put the effort. Yeah, just trying to make some content too. So.
but you know what happened though? She said, I'm downtown Chicago. I was like, dude, you're 10 minutes from the studio. I was like, come do a podcast. You probably didn't get to shoot a video, but you came to the podcast.
Yeah. So some type of content was made, and I'm happy to be here.
So let's jump right on it, man. This is gonna be towards Lori. I asked my followers on Instagram if they had any topics. So I'm like, you know what? What better than to ask Loriel? How many TikTok followers you got now?
I have 4.2 million followers on TikTok. Yes.
4.2 million followers.
Yes, sir.
Holy crap.
That's amazing. I'm happy I hit 600 today. So
600 what?
no, it's 600 period, bro. Hey, I'm growing though. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
man. Does it get crazy on your inbox? One thing about my TikTok, I mean, I don't get a lot of messages in DMs. It's always on Instagram that I get messages. So for someone that got 4 million, do you still get a lot of DMs?
Every day, at least, like it's on mute, but I do have like tons of people like daily messaging me, or just sending me funny videos that they think are funny. Or so I just got
Hey,
tons
come
of
play Candy Crush with me,
people.
like.
Yeah, and it's a blessing though. Like people from like Africa, like all tons of different places are like hitting me up. So.
Oh, this is my girl Shy from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
From Hawaii. She wants to know, the topic that she picked up was protecting your energy and your progress in the industry. How do you go about doing that?
Pretty much like I'm going through a part of my life where like I moved from Buffalo, New York, and now I'm here in Chicago. I'm pretty much going through like a spot where I'm trying to find myself, going through self-discovery. So while I'm on that journey, I feel like I'm learning what I need and what I need to protect and like what I need to focus on. So I can't really give like a straight answer on that because I'm still in that process of like trying to figure it out because I'm meeting new people. I'm coming across different people every day. Like people come up to me at like the grocery store and like they're like starstruck sometimes. And so like I have to like remind myself like not to let it get to my head and stuff like that. So in a way, like protecting it is like just being quiet, I guess, and just post my regular haircut videos. And when the time is ready, I'll have a podcast and I'll be able to do stuff like that. But right now, I want to find myself a lot more. So
That's so dope to be like where you're at, mentally already trying to discover yourself? I didn't go through that till like 27. You?
That's what I'm doing right now.
And how old are you?
I'm 27, bro. So, yeah.
So, I think at 27 it starts to hit you like, damn, I'm almost 30. And I don't know why people, let me share this with you guys. I don't know why people think that 30 is like it's over for you.
Nah, bro. 30s, is, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Do you feel that way? You think 30 is old? Be honest. Be honest, 100%.
I feel like I would want a lot accomplished
By 30.
by 30. Right. But doesn't that mean does not mean you're old? But like, it's older, so.
Older, wiser.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's all.
to be honest, bro, I'm excited for 40s, bro.
Why?
I think 40s is when you lived, bro. I think at that point you've experienced so much that it's more or less anxiety, because in our 20s, bro, I mean, Los, you know this, everything we do is risk, bro. I mean, even everything is risk. And the fact that we just don't know the unknown, it's gonna hit us a lot harder, you feel me? So when in the 40s, there's less of the unknown. You've been through everything. You've been watched this. You've been with her. You've been with, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for the 40s, man. And I'm 27, so shout out to all my, because all my mentors are 35 and up. You know what I'm saying? So I really, we definitely get somebody that age to learn from and grow from. So
Yeah.
That's dope, man. So that was a good answer you gave as far as protecting your energy.
Yeah. Okay. So this is for both of you guys. This is from Arizona Barber Nico. Shout out Arizona Barber Nico on Instagram. His question was, how important do you think it is for upcoming barbers to travel outside of their state for shows?
Ooh, I mean, take it away.
I think it's very important. I would say my first CT show was, I think in 2021.
Damn, last year?
Yeah. So yeah, last year. So that was my first show, and that was when I first joined with Level 3. I didn't know anything that I was getting into,
Was that Orlando? No, that was before Orlando, right? It had to be probably like CT or something.
Yeah, I think CT was my first show ever. I didn't know what I was expecting at all. Like, from a small town regular show to this big arena, pretty much, it was a big eye opener, and I thought it was the biggest investment I ever did for myself. Like, I even drove over there and everything. So taking those investments, taking those leaps as like an inspired barber and like wanting to becoming a barber, that's so important and key, because you can see all different types of things. Like I'm still learning stuff. I learn all the time from your work. So
thanks.
Like so even for just imagining being a new barber, like how inspiring and like how cool that is, like it's very important. I think it's a must.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What was about traveling outside is it important?
Well, how important? I guess the level of severity, I guess, would be.
It depends on what your goals are. I mean, if you're trying to get out there, right? If you're trying to be known and get your face known and all that, yeah, you have to. But you can't expect to be recognized in the industry based off just simply your work. A lot of people just get recognized off their looks, off their jokes, off their content and themselves. Not necessarily, they could cut hair really good.
Yeah.
So if you're somebody that wishes to be successful behind a chair and being busy, cool. You don't have to travel. I don't think traveling is going to benefit that aspect, right? But if you want to be known or you want to get familiarized with some of the heavies in the industry and just kind of put yourself in that circle, you kind of have to. It's an investment, like Lori said. I mean, not only do you travel, did you go? You moved to Chicago. What? I gotta ask you. What? I've never left Chicago. I go to Miami, LA, and I've gone to New York. But to me, Chicago's always been home, and I feel that way because this is where I'm from. This is where I grew up. Now you're originally from Buffalo, New York, right?
Yeah.
So you grew up there, born and raised, and all that, right?
Yeah.
What made you do that switch, and do you regret it?
I'll say no. First, I don't regret it because of how everything is playing out.
Cool.
But pretty much Level 3 like wanted to move me out here and pretty much further my content career, and they see a really big vision in me, and so it motivated me. And just thinking about like everything that I had in Buffalo, like I was already at the top peak of where I wanted to be at with, I was busy, but I was charging $40 a haircut. And I felt like coming out here, I'd be able to have a new start and be able to charge what I want. No one in that city can say she's overcharging. And like I don't want to be compared to a barber that's charging $25 and I'm over here charging $100. Like I don't want to and take in that no more. So move out here and I be who I want to be. I could charge $600 if I wanted to for a haircut.
Do you feel like a lot of the time your community can hold you back?
Like hometown community?
Yeah,
Of course.
Like you said,
Like,
you moved out here simply because you didn't want to be that person that people kept talking like, oh, why is she charging 100?
she's just a TikToker.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah.
that.
Oh,
yeah,
my
so
God.
it gets my soul. So, but I'm taking it as like a good thing at the same time. So, I get support, non-support. It's all.
I don't want to use the term successful all the time because remember my definition of success is just being happy, right?
Yeah, job's not
But
done.
any advice on being, and I don't like to use the word famous, right? So let's just use the word influential.
It's like the F word.
I don't want to say the F word. Having such a big influence. I mean, 4.6 million. Sheesh.
4.2.
4.2. Oh, I keep saying 6. I don't
It's
know.
all
I
good.
don't know.
And you manifesting it, bro. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's
that,
all
by
good.
the end of the week.
Yeah,
4.2 million. And I remember I heard about you when you were already like at 2 mil. I remember A-Rod called me up and asked about you and talked about you. And I was like, what? No, I never heard of her. And I checked you out and I'm like, dope. I can see why.
Yeah.
What, in your eyes, what do you think made you famous so quick?
Pretty much being a female barber and having like my like looks, I guess I would say, and like my confidence, the way I just pretty much in me, I would say that's what I think. But a lot of people can say something else. Like she
Right.
probably got popping for her, whatever it could be. But
Right.
and also I did transformation haircuts. Cutting people's hair off like is like a game changer. It's like eye candy for TikTok. Like 90 million views I got on one video, and it was just for me chopping some kid's hair off. And kid was getting noticed in school. Like
What?
he was feeling himself. So
Was this out
Yeah.
here in Chicago or in PA? I mean, Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So it's just very interesting, being in this position. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. So that also goes back to self-discovery, like looking at myself in the mirror and like understanding myself.
Well,
And-
let me share something with you. You know what's cool though? Like, you said to yourself, you don't know how you feel, right? Mm-hmm. So, I think a lot of people wish they could be in your shoes, and then they feel like, oh, I'll be happy if I'm there. But I think as an entrepreneur, an artist, or anything in that genre, is I don't know how I feel. Half the time, I do all these cool stuff that people see me do, all these accomplishments that I've done in my career. Like, people ask, like, how do you feel? And I'm like, I don't know. And I think you kind of get a sense of that because you still don't know. You feel like you ain't done, right? So it's hard to
Yeah.
judge off your first lap when you have 6 more to go. You know what I mean? So I think you're on your way. You're killing it. This is one of the reasons why I was looking through I was like, who do I want to talk to today? And I was talking to Ricky. Where Ricky at? And I was just like, I want to interview somebody different. And I'm looking at, and you pop up, and I'm like,
Awesome.
I sent you a DM. You in Chicago still? And you didn't respond. I'm like, what? I got her on WhatsApp. And I forgot, once I dialed you on WhatsApp, I realized I had your number saved. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those, and I'm glad you're here. And I think you can give a lot of vision to just not only young barbers, but young, like, female barbers, And it's so common now. It's cool. How do you feel about, like, how females barbering, not female barbers, because I like to think you're a barber, have impacted the game in this industry? Like, how do you feel about the impact you guys have brought?
It's a good thing, I would say, because it's really hard just being a female barber in a barber shop, a male-dominated shop, and going into like barber shows and seeing all the people there. Like, it's very diverse, and you can see the impact. And like long hair is getting popular now too.
Yeah.
So it's a game changer. And I would just say, that's a tough question, like, to think about, because there's so many ways people can talk about it. But I tried not to focus too much on like the female barbering world, because like you said, we're just barbers. So I pretty much just say, like, it's like hard, but at the same time, it's like it's supposed to be hard. It's like this is supposed to be this way for a reason. Like,
Yo, facts. I never thought about it like that. It's supposed to be.
It's
hard.
supposed to be. Anything good in
Yeah.
life is hard, bro.
yeah, I had to learn that it's hard, that this guy doesn't want me to cut his hair because whatever I got underneath my clothes, like over something stupid. So, and I'm happy I'm not at that point anymore. Like, I'm very grounded now at the barbershop. Like, they respect me. They don't question me. They don't give me any looks. Like, so for the new female barbers, that's going to be really hard and deceiving, and like makes you kind of want to give up, because feeling like no one's going to be in your chair, and
Yeah.
like
It's like you, right? You went out today,
Yeah.
you tried to get people, and no one came.
Yeah.
You could have said screw this, or you give it another shot some other time, right?
Yeah.
But I think it'll happen. It's hard. I mean, taking from somebody that's done that is, whew, you never know what you're gonna get, and then to have somebody film you and try to. That could be another reason why people could easily reject you. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
why I think it's important to build your portfolio, because I think if people go on your whatever shop you're in and they like, who is this girl cutting hair? And then they follow you on TikTok and they see all the stuff you do.
All those thoughts are right out the door.
Oh, right off the bat.
Yeah, for a long time, I had clients that were just off Instagram, just off TikTok, and I didn't have to go through that worry of like, what is this client thinking? Like, and so it's nice to get appointments and they already know who you are and like.
Oh, my braid lady, she was a barber at an all-male shop too, so she talked about it a couple times where people would, you know what I'm saying, they would see her open and she would be like, hey, I can cut you, and they would look at her like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
All right, this question's from Vanessa. Vanessa Rose Hair from Chicago. It's one of my homegirls. She asked, and I think this is pretty much for everybody, not just for you, Lori, but Ruben, you could throw at it if you want. Do you ever find yourself losing focus or motivation, or feeling creatively stuck or stagnant? If so, how do you stay motivated with content where you are in your own career, in your career now? I'm sorry, I chopped that
pretty
up.
much focus, right, would be the entity
Yeah, how
of
do you
it.
stay focused and motivated?
Oh, it goes back to a little TikTok I just made, man. Just knowing your why too, you know, knowing your why you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? There's so many times where people don't know why they do what they do, and so when that why isn't there, they're like, I don't even know why I do this for.
Yeah.
Like why? Why do you know what I'm saying? And everybody has their own why. My why is my mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? Like my why, I want to retire them. You know what I'm saying? That is my goal. Like to give that phone call. Hey, mom, my dad,
Quit your job.
get out and then move in with me, or I can get them their own crib. You know what I'm saying? So,
Or hear me out.
yeah. Or if y'all want to live on your own, but nah, definitely. Because and the thing is, bro, as artists, bro, we're gonna be our biggest critics, right? We're always gonna look at our work. I'm like, man, that wasn't good enough. Man, I could have done better. Man, I could have, I could have, should have, would have, right?
Yeah.
But at times, bro, it's you gotta, look at where you were at before. Just a year ago. Just don't even gotta do. Oh, I was there 5 years ago. No. Look at even just a year ago, and look where you are, and see how crazy it is that you were praying to be in this position at one point. You know what I'm saying? When you're feeling empty, I guess per se. At one point, you were like, man, I'm trying to be like how I am today. Just look back at it. It's exactly where you prayed to be. Now we want more because we got a taste of more. You know what I'm saying? So,
How about you, Lori? What keeps you motivated?
Well, my little brother, he has special needs. He is intellectually disabled. I think that's what it's called. Like a version of like mental retardation. Like he, I think it's called that. It's such a long name, and he has seizures all the time. And long story short, like my whole life, I've like grown up with having to deal with that. And so pretty much he can't take care of himself. He can't really put his shoes on. He just can't take care of himself like that. My mom and my dad are like right on top of him. So I'm at the point where once they're gone, who's going to take care of him?
Wow.
And who's going to watch him? My sister has her own family and stuff like that. So that keeps me motivated, because at the end of the day, like he might not know how hard I got to work for all of this stuff to happen, for us to have that house, for us to live together in at the end. But at least I know, and I'm working for it. So, and
Oh, man.
yeah, it's gonna be its own journey. But
That's so
yeah,
cool.
so that's why I keep focused, and that's why I'm focused right now.
That's
That
deep,
end
man.
goal.
everyone's around family, bro.
It's
at the
not
end.
even. I'm not even focused for me anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's more focused for
It's
him.
beyond that.
It's a bigger picture, man. Anybody's skill set.
You know what? I never knew that, Lori. That's it's good to know, man. This is why I'm glad I got you here. Like, I know I've known you for quite a while, almost a year, but
Yeah.
we never really actually had a one-on-one. So to me, I was actually telling Rick, I was like, I'm excited because I know Lori. We've done collabs together. We've been on trips. We've been on shows, but I never kicked it with you one-on-one like that. So I finally get to have you one-on-one, to hear things and to get to know things like that. It just makes you kind of change your perspective on a lot of things, people and how things are, and that's dope. And I'm glad that you have something that's deeper, because nothing's gonna persuade you to shift so easy, right?
That's because eventually, I gotta get my shit together now, or I'm not gonna get my shit together then. So
How old is your brother now?
17.
Okay,
He's
17.
he's gonna be in school till like 21, like, and then he's not gonna be able to work after. So,
Right.
so
You gotta get it figured out.
I gotta help my mom with money too, like eventually.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm the rebel child, and my family's really religious, but I'm the rebel child, and if it was me to break that off, and me have to go through all this bullshit, I'm gonna have to deal with it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna deal with it. So
It's always
know,
it's always the black sheep that
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
family. It's
This is
always-
from Sammy_23 on Instagram.
Yes, a lot.
Let me step into it more. So like stepping into the so let's not do that one.
This is so long, right?
Yeah,
he went.
I'm like-
He went in deep. Sorry, guys. He went in deep. Sometimes we gotta make these a little more simple. We don't want to run off forever on everything he talked about. here.
I think this touches on the black sheep. So the challenges of navigating creative spaces as a Hispanic/Latino. Can it go in many different directions? The cultural norms, expectations from family that set you sway away from navigating in your creative space.
Is this the same guy right here?
Yeah. So, so pretty much, I mean, in a Latino household, let's put it in perspective.
Hey, you're Latina, right? Mm-hmm. What are you? Puerto Rican
Puerto
or Dominican? Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Cheers. You speak
Wepa.
Spanish?
no.
Wepa. Viva Benito. So, I mean, put it in perspective. Latino households, my household were religious, right? Was your household religious?
Oh, 100%.
Your household's obviously religious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember the first time that I questioned the Bible, it was a big slap in the face, right? But
What'd you say?
I was like, Ma, like this is a long book. Are you sure he wrote this? And like I didn't even question anything yet. You know what I'm saying? And then now as we get older, we have the opportunity to really dive into why we have faith or what we have faith in. You know what I'm saying? And I think, being in a Latino household, everything is like blue collar, right? When I told my parents that I dropped out of college from being a police officer to be an actor, my dad's jaw dropped.
Oh, man.
He's like, mijo, I mean, how long is it going to take you to make real money off of it? I'm like, probably 15 years. And then his look on his face. But my mom talked to him, and like 2-3 days later, he became my biggest fan. My mom and dad support me to the ends of it. But, being in the art, you know what I'm saying, in a more artist area, it's kind of frowned upon because money isn't our first, our first priority at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's just being happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
And so being happy to them is scary.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make
Like,
sense.
Happy don't pay the bills.
Because yeah, exactly. Because their happiness didn't pay any bills. You know what I'm saying? So so I think that's a good question. Being we're all from Latino households and we all come from religious backgrounds. I mean, do y'all have the same experience in that?
Not in my situation. Not in my situation, I would say. But my dad, he's the type of dude. Like I learned a lot of stuff from my dad. Like the hustle side of me, I learned from him. So he's the type that like he dropped out of like middle school. Like he ended school so early, and he still don't know how to write English or like read anything. Like like I went back to Buffalo, and I'm still like ordering his stuff off like Wish. So long story short, like he pretty much like I always seen him hustle, like mowing the lawn for like $20. And I translated that into cutting hair, and that made me prove to him that I was able to make money because he knows what it's like, and I learned how to hustle from him, if that makes sense.
We used to go to Walgreens. They used to have Conair clippers at Walgreens. They were like $20-$30. And what's ironic is that I work for Conair now. Babyliss is Conair.
Isn't that crazy?
How crazy is that? Right?
Full circle mode.
So that's how I started. I just started cutting my hair off. I went to a 2 all around, and then I said, let me do a 2 and a 1, and then from a 2 and a 1 to a 2 and a 0, and then I started learning the fading. How did you start? Like, what made it? How did you start, and what was it that made it that you were like, okay, I think I'm gonna do this from now on?
Barbering and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think I was like 13 years old. I started getting a taper. I went into the barbershop. Actually, let me start over. I went into the barbershop with my brother. We walked 2 miles to go to the barbershop.
Damn.
And he was always feeling like good afterwards, and was looking good after. So went from like getting my eyebrows to a taper, and then eventually I started to chopped off all my hair. And then I had really bad haircuts, and I was cutting my own self after a while. And that helped me get better at cutting hair and practicing on myself all the time. And with that being said, like I also got sponsored with a couple like mirror companies too at a point in time. So just like starting from like how you said with the Con Air situation, and
Yeah.
like it's just crazy how like the world and the universe works when you first start. I was so I was 15 years old when I started for real in barber school. I was a junior, and pretty much in the beginning of the day at like 7 o'clock, like 7:30, I would start at barber school, and then I would go to the high school right after. So
Nice.
that'd be like that for every day.
Wow.
And I didn't want to take anything like any other type of course, like trade. And like I could have took cosmetology, but I just wasn't feeling it. And it was pretty cool. Like I was the first female barber in that class too. Like
Wow.
it was the first year they had that. I was like the only female barber. Like I remember the first day and like, that's a girl? Because we all had to introduce ourselves and shit, like in
a
a
girl?
circle. And I'm like, that's a girl? I'm like, yes. it is."
Damn.
And so,
And you made it, right?
yeah, and yeah,
You graduated.
I graduated and everything, got my license, and so it worked out. But actually didn't want to take summer school, so I ended up taking 2 years of barbering class. I didn't have to, but I ended up taking 2 years. That's how much I love barbering.
Is
And
that because you had to or because you wanted to?
I wanted to. I could have went to like the adult program, but no, I decided to just take the next year and went back to the same class, learned the same thing, so
Wow.
same books, so everything all over again.
For you, Lori, what's the difference between a TikTok and a reel?
Okay. What's the difference? A TikTok is more for TikTok. I would say like probably has to do something with the sound or the hashtag or what's popping or what's going on. Reels is just like a regular quick video. It could be anything, and there's no like. For me, at least, there's no like target. There's no trend. It's just a video. But I'm making sure on TikTok at least like it can get on the For You page. Like the purpose of having an Explore page and For You page is to show you the most like trending stuff and the most popping stuff. So then, yeah, I don't know. That's my difference.
Okay,
I guess
that's a
like
good
it's just interesting. It's like the same thing, but also not the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, my TikTok is trash compared to my Instagram. I do the trend. I guess I do the trendy stuff on Reels. I started this little Bad Bunny thing where I go to random places and request Bad Bunny, and a lot of times they'll tell me to F off. But luckily my 2 times yes was here with Los and our DJ for the comedy show we had, and I think Reels. It's been my best friend. TikTok, I'm still trying to figure out. Like you guys said, y'all were talking about millions, and he was like, when he said 600, like K, and I was like, no, 600 period. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not discouraged, man. I love both. I love both platforms, man. I think it's crazy how those platforms have been put people in position to grow and to be, able to do what they love. You feel me? So
Facts, yeah. You want to hear what I learned?
yeah.
So this is what I've learned. This is what I think. Now you tell me if you agree or your opinion on it. I've learned that TikTok is no longer about sound bites and popular sounds now. Now it's all about storytelling. They're making it out to seem that it's going to be the next YouTube, right? So the more people you can engage and keep engaging in your content, for example, if you go live, you ever notice when you're on TikTok and you're scrolling and then you just see people in the kitchen just cooking?
Yeah.
There's no interaction. They're just, for whatever reason, there's 10,000 people watching my man's in the kitchen flipping a pizza. Or people are just going live and just whatever. So they're making it out to seem that as a new YouTube, whereas in your channel is literally a channel as if you were watching TV. So if you go on like BET could be someone's channel. How do you entertain these people? Ever wonder why they went from 1 minute to 3 minutes to now you can upload a 10-minute video?
Say 10 minutes, yeah.
Right. Whereas in Reels now, Reels is what I think you said that you might think TikTok is. Reel is now where they grab a popular sound and they just make a 6, 7, 10-second clip. Quick, to the point. It has no point. It doesn't target anything. It's just fast and easy. That's what I've learned. By paying more attention to it, I was like, oh, no wonder when I'm on Instagram and I'm on the Reels, everything's 10 seconds or less. But all of a sudden, I'm on TikTok and I find myself on these Reddit stories that are like 4 minutes long.
You're like scrolling less and less.
Right, you're like, and then I'm just stuck in these people's stories. So if you haven't noticed, did you get to see that little thing that I did, the little Spider-Man one where I kind of took the thing?
That was sick, yeah.
Thanks. Shout out to Los Carlos, directed by Los. That was a 10-second clip, right? I didn't upload. I wanted to upload it on TikTok, but I just knew it wouldn't have done good.
Yeah.
I feel it. Whereas in my TikTok, I do more stories. I like doing more stories, like where I meet people, I transform them, because I think people are starting to engage more in interaction when they see people talking and all that. Now, what I think is safe to do is, right now what I'm doing is I'm working on editing for TikTok only, and if I like it, then I'll put it on my Instagram. But if I ever do anything quick on Instagram, I won't put it on my TikTok. Yeah, does that make any sense?
That makes sense. Yeah. I never thought about it that way.
I didn't say it. Don't get it from me. I seen the TikTok.
Yeah.
Somebody was breaking it down. I was like, oh.
The Illuminati gonna text you, hey, take this podcast down.
Chill, fam. My bad. Do you see that happening?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm still watching long videos. Like, so, yeah.
No, and you
definitely.
putting in perspective too, man. Like, with that 10-minute, that whole 10-minute thing. I remember when they used to be like, no, your video can't be more than 1 minute and 2 seconds. Like, I was like, oh, okay. And then like the app updated. Now I can do 10 minutes. Oh my god! Like
You
now.
can do a whole stand-up comedy in that. Bro.
So here's the thing, bro. Now put that into perspective, bro. Like, I know filmmakers, and I've been thinking about it too, that are gonna make TikTok movies, short films.
Wow.
So now
that'd be awesome.
the whole short film game turns around. Now you're gonna see film festivals that are like no longer horizontal. They're
Yeah.
gonna be vertically filmed. You know what I'm saying? So TikTok is changing the whole thing. Sorry for all the little kids that we took your platform and we made it better. But
Yeah.
and now it's more than dancing, bro. Like now,
Right, you don't see that no more.
I like that
You
it's
don't-
more
yeah.
than dancing now.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
yeah.
yeah.
I used to see just a bunch of people always dancing. Now what's killing me is these damn Reddit stories, bro. Or the ones that just pretend like it's a story or something, but it's actually a promo. Like, are you depressed? Me too. And then the link comes up. Sign up today.
Yeah, you're like,
oh,
oh,
damn.
no, Reddit stories are crazy, man. We need to do a show on Reddit stories, period, because
Facts.
I've read some scary things. But yeah, no, TikTok is dope. I think it's dope. I think it's more of giving you roses. I think it's dope when, you know what I'm saying, people go out of their comfort zone, leave home, and travel thousands of miles
Yeah,
somewhere.
salute.
And, that takes a lot of guts.
Yeah.
And how I want to help you when it comes to your anxiety, when you're trying to do your free haircut, content, put in perspective. You've already conquered bigger things than asking a stranger for one free haircut.
Yeah.
You've conquered bigger monsters. So definitely remember that next time. You're a beast.
4.2.
4.2, 4.6 coming soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely give you huge props. I mean, I didn't have the big as move as you, but I was in Peoria. It's about 3 hours south, and I was getting booked for film and stuff like that at a freaking rate. I was pushing myself to homelessness because I couldn't afford the gas no more, and
yeah.
I was sleeping in my car in the streets of Chicago with no knowledge. That I could wake up dead. You know what I mean? Because I had shoots at midnight. Then we'd have to be back on set at 7 a.m. I'm not going 3 hours, 4 hours south. Then
You might as
driving
well sleep there.
exactly and not
Damn,
knowing what I was
Yeah.
gonna go through. And so when you put that in perspective, like I love hustlers. You know what I'm saying? I know when I see people like we're built different. We take the risk. We you know what I'm saying? I always talk about this story, but me donating plasma to eat this $4.99 original chicken sandwich from Burger King. And
Really?
yeah, I used to donate plasma all the time just to eat, right?
Wow.
But when I hear stories about people leaving home, taking that risk, because our biggest fear is what? Having to go back, right? With no anything gained from our new location.
Going backwards in life? Oh, it's the worst.
You know what I'm saying? And have you ever felt that, bro? Because you've done a lot already, and one of the things, bro. Every time you say this, this area, I glow up because that's my dream. Is when you're gonna go to Dubai. Dubai
man.
is
Is it really your dream?
Yes.
Let me ask you this, Ruben. Do you have a passport?
Yes.
So what's stopping you?
That's a great question. I would say I would say that's a great one. I think that's a great finances, but that's on me though. You know what I'm saying? That's only money is a weak excuse per se, because I can say, you know what, I'm done eating fast food for the next 6 months just so I can save for our Dubai trip. So thank you for putting that in
Not
perspective.
even that, man. Let me tell you. So one of your dream cities is Dubai. Have you been to Dubai, Lori?
I don't got a passport.
You ain't got a passport? Get one, girl.
Yeah.
what do you think you're gonna drop on this trip to Dubai? Just tell me what you think, and then I'll break it down how it really is.
I would say to go to Dubai.
How many days would you want to go if you did?
I would say a week would be safe.
7 days or 5?
5.
Okay, 5. So
I would say 5.
drop your numbers. Let me see.
I would say a safe would be what, 5K?
5K, bro. You go to Dubai and come back for 5 days and spend like $3,000, maybe less, right? A flight to Dubai, Emirates. I don't recommend any other airline other than Emirates. Obviously not business class because it's like $10,000.
Yeah.
But Emirates flights, even if you're in the bag in economy, they're still you're on a 14-hour flight. So you get a 30-inch TV with movies and games and radio and you name it. You get you get a plug-in. You get a spacious seat that goes further back than your normal airline. Like literally, you're almost at like 70% recline. My bad. It's just such a beautiful experience. I got a round trip ticket to Dubai for about $800. Yeah. Hotels over there. I found hotels. Obviously, it's Dubai, right? You can get a room for $10,000 a night, $100,000 a night, of course. But you can also find rooms that are like $150, $200 a night. You don't have to be in top tier. So let's just say $200 a night times 5. That's 10. That's $1,000 plus 800 in a round trip. That's 1,800 round trip, and you got somewhere to stay for 5 days. The rest is up to you, my dude. Let's just say you go sightseeing. Let's just say you want to go see the Burj Khalifa. You want to see a couple other things. A lot of the stuff that you're seeing in Dubai that's phenomenal is just the stuff that you see for free. The skylines, the water show, the restaurant. I mean, you're walking around. It's like being downtown Chicago. Do you have to walk into the buildings? No.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
But if you're downtown Chicago, you go by the beach, you do all this free shit, but it's all there for you to be like, wow.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, thank God when I've gone, I've gone to level 3 and they pay for the hotel, they pay for the flight. But I probably go to Dubai and for like 5-6 days. Obviously, if I'm working a show 3 days out of the week, I'm busy. But the 2-3 days that I'm there, bro, I probably spend like $500, $600. So it's not impossible. I think it's just a lot of people just have this mindset of thinking that it's like, damn, it's expensive. It's this, it's that. Dude, it's not that bad. It's literally not that bad.
Nah, thank you for putting that in perspective, bro, because I would have still said, like, I'm not even going to look it up because why? You know? So, no, thank you for that. But
Yeah, I needed that too.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
I needed
Hey,
that
wait,
too.
when we going to Dubai?
Yeah.
What's your dream location?
Dream location? Probably Hawaii.
Dude, have you been?
No.
I love Hawaii. I was crazy because I've been to Dubai twice. I've been to Hawaii once. And I can't wait to go to Hawaii again. Hawaii is my all-time favorite place, bro. It's just so
Honolulu
You
or
ever
what?
see, yeah, I've only been to Honolulu. You ever seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall? You seen that movie? Oh, damn. What a classic.
My
Watch
bad.
it. It's funny as hell. And it was in Hawaii. Funny as hell. But Hawaii is that dope. It's that dope. It's that beautiful. It looks like a postcard. I mean, don't get me wrong. Dubai is Dubai. But
Yeah.
Hawaii, man, it's only 5 hours away from here. And 5 hours different. No, it's a 9-hour flight from here, I'm sorry. And 5 hours behind. But definitely recommend it. You don't need a passport for that. And Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And Alaska. Remember that.
Alaska.
I want to go to Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
No passport?
I said frío, bro.
You know, no, but you know Alaska, it'll be like sun, it'll be like daylight 6 months straight, right? It'll be like 2-3 in the morning and it looks like
Oh, I seen a
Sun's out.
TikTok on that.
I would love to
too.
be out there 2-3 in the morning just barbecuing, just as flex, just a slight flex, just barbecue it.
No.
They have to have special shades in the houses that are
Yeah.
really thick to make you feel like it's nighttime. See what I mean? That's the type of crap I'm on. Fuck going to the club and doing all that.
Yeah. He wants JC to make a steak at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Shout out to JC. Oh, I bet you he will.
Yeah, it's like, yo, he'll call Ricky and stuff like that. Yeah, nice.
No, but
Twisty fries. Oh, yeah.
all right, guys. So, just to wrap it all up, Lori, if there's anything you want to say, not just to female barbers, but anything at all to anybody starting off, anybody that's looking for a change, anyone that's thinking about taking risks, anything at all, is there any words of encouragement that you can give?
Just believe in yourself and trust the process and believe that everything you do matters in the future. So every day when you go hard, it's going to be worth it. So
Hell yeah.
that's all I can say. And be you. I don't know.
Be you, yeah,
be
it's
you,
your
be
superpower.
different, don't care, and just live your life.
Well, dude, hey, honestly, for real, it means a lot that you answered the call a couple hours ago and you're here now. We did it. Thank you so much for having you. I can't wait to air this. I think a lot of people are going to be excited to see what you got to say.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Guys, this is Ruben Horchata. I keep saying Ruben Horchata. Baby Horchata.
Baby Horchata.
Los Cut It. L'Oreal in the cut. Till the next one. Let's go.
Get it.
How's it feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's all go up to here. For real. What did you think so far?
It went great. I had
Yeah.
a good time with them. Great
Awesome.
talk. Can't wait to see what watch it over.
Just to see how we did. That was awesome.